Here today, they are the biggest supporters of Muslims. Why? Why? Anybody?
Because I think they're both getting suppressed.
Both are getting oppressed. Both are getting equally oppressed. So it's like, one be with the other kind of, right? So otherwise, theologically, ideologically and theologically, they are completely opposite. Many things, most of the things they do opposite. It'll come in, there's some cold hair beating my back.
It's the window.
So if you don't mind, please. Because by the time I finish the Hinduism, I'll be, shaking in my pants. Yeah.
You're saying that this belief is not in their book?
No, they don't have all these, they don't have this, again, all these things, the Guru Granth that Guru Nanak presented does not have, but it has evolved. Later on, a lot of additions have been made, just like in the book also.
It is part of the book now.
It is part of the book. You'll find certain elements, not everything, but certain. But let me tell you, this concept was actually instituted as a rebellion for the oath that they took, that they all take to fight against the Mughals, Muslims. Okay, so anybody? Yes, brother.
What I understand is you're talking about the things which we see, like I said, the appearance, like see in the Muslims, we keep beard.
The recognizing factors, yeah.
What I want to understand is, what is the, as you call, the fundamental belief? What is the creed? Like, what is their Aqidah? Like, what do they believe? And where do they really believe in God? Yes. And if they have some perception of God?
They have a, yeah, sure.
How does they perceive God? Secondly, the fundamental thing is that what is their concept of after death? That is the thing which I would like to understand, because these things everybody knows that they are wearing a turban, they have a kada. I think most of us know. But we have to know the fundamentals. What is their aqidah? What is their creed? What is their
That's coming to. It's coming to. I'm coming to that. Inshallah, I'm coming to that. Coming to that. One minute, brother. I'm coming to that. The only reason we need to understand is because when you meet, especially the da'is on the street, right? When you meet them, it becomes very easy. Like, for example, you begin. These are all what I have or what we do when we are on the street. We look at something. If there is a man walking with a dog, I'm just giving an example. Don't take it literally. When somebody is walking with a dog, as a da'i on the street, I would go behind the dog and just say, hey, what's his name? What's his breed? You start, that's called the initiation. You start a communication with that. And then he says that, oh, you love dogs? This is what they ask. You're like, yeah, we love dogs as a creature. We love it as a creature created by God. But we don't love by keeping them in the house, and then they will ask you why. Then we start our dawah. I'm just saying, anything like kada, for example, oh, what is this? Why do you wear it? And then the communication begins. It is very important for us Muslims to have a general overview of why they wear these things. It always helps. Coming to your aqidah, I'll cut it short and I will just tell you exactly what I'll answer to you. Come straight to your question. They believe in something called, they believe in something called oneness of God. They call it Vahe Guru. The one, they call him Ek Onkar. Means one, the one who has created. The creed is going to come there later. You will understand. The creed is exactly carbon copy of Surah Al-Ikhlas. Okay, what they believe, yes, they believe in one God. Their salvation, what is the next question? What they believe in afterlife? Afterlife, they believe in reincarnation. The oneness of God borrowed from Islam. Reincarnation borrowed from Hinduism. So it's, as I said, they also have something called baptism. When you to become a Khalsa, there is a particular water. They mix it with Amrit. They call it you know that, right? Amrit, and then you ask them. They ask you to drink it, and you become. Then you have to change. Even the women, they have to wear especially when you become a Khalsa, the women cannot just wear a, what do you call? They cannot leave their hair open. Even the women. They have their hijab, they have the turban, they tie exactly like the man, right? So that is in short, that is their belief. They believe in one God, but they also believe in reincarnation. They also believe in, afterlife. Yes.
Sorry, one more question, sorry.
Yes, brother. Yeah, they do. Some of them, like whenever many women, if you see, they have the turban, and you will see some strands of hair on the face. You cannot touch them, according to them. Yeah.
Where did this Guru Granth came from?
Guru Granth?
Yes.
Guru Nanak's writings.
His writing?
Yeah. He initiated it.
This is all man-made, right?
100%. They say it was revealed to him. They say, just like how Bible is, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. The book according to John. Oh, who was John? Oh, he was inspired by God to write it. It is exactly the same. Yes, Brother Abdul Rahman, now to you. No, understand. Absolutely. Who? He didn't claim to be receiving revelation from God. He never said, like, oh, you know what, I'm the messenger. The followers perceived him. Followers perceived him, or they considered him to be a messenger of God. Okay?
But it is also believed that Guru Nanak was a Muslim. He spent 7 years in Mecca.
Okay. To answer that, there are a lot of things. They believe a lot of things.
He was buried like
He was not buried. He was cremated. But let me come to that. The conditions to enter Mecca. Since the day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is now the cantonment, like the military cantonment. Beyond this, you cannot. No Muslim can, non-Muslim can enter that. Yes or no? Yeah. So, what is the condition to enter Mecca? Even in those days, since the days of the Sahaba, after the passing of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what was the condition? Be a Muslim. So, if that is the case, then he should be a Muslim. So they have weird stuff. Let me tell you, they have beliefs. You ask any of the Sikhs. I'm sorry, this is taking into a conversation, but you ask any of the Sikhs, they said, oh yeah, one of his followers who was a Muslim, became a Sikh, took him to Mecca, and in Mecca he was lying down, okay, and the Kaaba. His face was towards the Kaaba, and the Kaaba would rotate wherever his legs were. They have weird beliefs, brother. We cannot take all these weird. They have so many weird beliefs, right? The second thing, coming to their the burial thing. Muslims bury. Sikhs, they cremate. Cremation. You know what's cremation? Burning the dead. Okay. Now, why they wear the khada? This is the khada worn on the right wrist. It is made of steel. It symbolizes eternity, showing God has no beginning and no end. This is what I was mentioning. The khada also represents restrained and not doing anything against the Guru's wishes. For them, Guru is everything. The 9th Guru, then you have the 10th Guru, and then you have the living Guru. That is the Granth Sahib. Yes. Go back?
Yes, please.
You have a cell phone? Take a picture, sister. Or anybody, listen, I'm willing to send the entire presentation to anybody if anybody wants. No problem at all. Just give me your email address, you will receive the entire presentation. I don't have any copyrights to it, so no worries. Yes, brother. Okay, the next, oh, sorry. Going back? Brother Sufyan is a bit panicky now. He's saying the presentation is going to end at 8 o'clock. Okay. Yes or no, Brother Sufyan? I know, but no, he had put a condition. Just do your presentation, take the question answers in the end. But I am so sorry. All my presentation plus 30 years, I do interaction because you learn more by interacting. I don't like one way traffic. I do that only when I'm giving khutbah in the masjid. Other than that, I don't do that. Yes, brother.
So according to the
Let others hear what you're
okay, so
questioning.
according to the Sikhism, whatever, is it just referring to all the 10 gurus, like what their wishes are, or the last one? Like when it says about they can't go against their wishes, because
No, no.
each of them is bringing something different. Like they're bringing
A little bit. The others, see, till the ninth Guru, there was nothing significant different. The Guru Gobind Singh, you see any of the Sikhs, right? You ask them which is the Guru you revere and which is the Guru you idolize. Box of sweet or whatever sweet that is kept on the dining table, and I'll take some from it. But when some Hindus come, they have some sweets that has been kept in front of the god, idols. They call it prasad. You know prasad, right? That they give to them. And they know very well not to give to me or my family, my wife or my kids. So this is what happens. So you can eat it. Somebody in your office, somebody comes, Christmas, for example. Oh, today was Christmas. This is a sweet from Christmas. Oh, this is sweet from Diwali. Take it, because it's not kept as an offering in front of the. It's not been kept as some people are very strict. Oh no, you can't eat. Don't make an issue about that. As long as it is not, part. Yes, brother.
I think there is some discussion. Ibn al-Qayyim, I think, discouraged.
Okay, I know. Ibn Qayyim, rahimahullah, he discouraged, but somebody is coming and giving it to you. In today's day and time, those days interaction was not as, especially again, he also said that offerings which is kept in front of the God, which has been given to God, and from that they give you cannot take. But somebody is coming and giving it to you. Today is Diwali, okay, we had this is my festival. It doesn't have.
How do you know it was from the prasad? This thing, the one is doing this.
Okay, you go to halal restaurants over here, in the Muslim restaurant. How do you know that actually it is halal? Even the certification. The thing is, see, whatever seen, whatever you see, you avoid that. When somebody comes with a good... No, brother, let me finish, then we'll come to the hadith. There's a box, fully wrapped, fully covered, straight from the sweet shop. Straight from the sweet shop, right? That they can never keep, they will never open it and then keep it and then give it to you. They will never do that. Because it's coming with a packing. What is the hadith you're talking about?
Also, my hadith is that when in doubt, leave that thing.
When in doubt.
Yeah, when in doubt. I have a doubt, So I will maybe in good faith or good relationship, I might take it and I will not eat that.
Okay, like me for example, I go to my house, my parents' house, and I see, yes, brother.
Sorry, can we leave this kind of discussion like for the Q&A session?
I think we should leave this, right? We'll come back to it, inshallah.
Final question about this. Can I ask if this is prashad or not? Like in this case, I'll be able to clarify the doubt.
Of course you can ask.
Go ahead and start eating.
Of course you can ask. Of course you can ask. Why not? I asked my own mother, my own sisters, did you keep this in front of the idol?
So when you say prashad, they will understand.
Is this prashad?
Is this prashad? That's
Is it prashad?
Done. So
It's
that's
not
the matter.
prasad. That's it. Prasad is an offering. Okay? Let's go. What is the place of worship? It's called the Gurdwara. Okay, you have seen the Gurdwara. What are the services that they offer? Services are based on the teachings of the Granth Sahib, a scripture and collection of teachings which is there. Okay, they also have it there, and this is according to them. They chant prayers and from the gurus, which are known as kirtan. Kirtan is a word which comes from Hinduism. Kirtans are hymns. Hymns. Okay. So this is what they do. Services are based on the writings in Guru Granth Sahib, a scripture of a collection of teachings, together with chants and prayers from gurus known as kirtan. So that means exactly what you were asking. Who was asking me? This Guru Granth Sahib had initial teachings of Guru Nanak, and then the teachings of the other gurus that came after.
Services like ceremonies or what is
Rituals. Rituals. The service ends with a shared meal known as langar. This is what I was saying. We can attend the langar because langar is completely on a. You go there, they have a different section like a hall, and then they serve you, right? This is not something which is not like, it's not a prasad, for example. Okay. Langar is served to everyone who attends the Gurdwara. Anybody who goes there, there's no question asked.
And the kitchen is open for 24 hours.
Back home, yes. I don't know about here. Here too? Somebody's always there? Oh, that'll be great. That's nice. We should go sometimes. Okay. Anyway, they serve you good. I know that they serve you delicious food. That's all vegetarian though. Yeah, there you go. Okay, the food is shared by the Granthi who that is the person who looks after the Gurdwara. Okay? He's like the muazzin of the place. The service ends with a share meal, which is called a langar. It's served to everyone. Once again, the food is called by okay. Anyway, now this is the final Sikhism. We have almost covered anything else you need. You can for detailed. There's lots and lots. You can't finish in a small religion like Sikhism itself cannot finish in one session like this. We have to go on and on. But this is a brief. Okay. So the 4 rites of passage. What is for rites of passage? That is birth, Amrit or initiation, marriage, and death. Now, what among these, I have to ask you, among these, what is a copy from some other religion? Anybody? Birth, initiation, marriage, death. No, what is a copy of any other?
baptism?
Yes, sister, Amrit. There's Amrit here, but they do it. They copied the baptism, but the ritual, what they do is Islamic. Anybody knows what it is? See, when a child was born during Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam period, what did the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam do? No, who said that is not from the hadith? That is not from the Sunnah. Giving adhan in the ear is not from the Sunnah. Sorry. It came much later. You can ask any of the ulamas. It is not from the Sunnah, please. No, he never gave the adhan in the ears. He chewed a small piece of date, and then he wetted he would wet it with his saliva, and then he would put it in the cheek of the newborn. And the child would slowly, get the nectar, the sweetness of it. So what did they do? They called it an initiation. Means when the child is born, now he will become he's being initiated into the Sikh religion. So what does he do? What do? They do it something called Amrit. Amrit means it's a sugary water. Those days they didn't have sugar. Nowadays they use sugar. Sugar with water, and then they give it for the. Here it is. It's also called Namkaran. Nam means, anybody knows what's Nam? Name. Namkaran means naming the child as well. So it is initiation and naming the child. So how do they name the child? It's very funny. You'll see it, how they do it. When the mother takes the child to the Gurdwara, okay, along with the rest of the family, they recite the hymns of the Guru Granth Sahib. Then the Kara Prasad and Amrit are prepared. And a ceremony is performed where some Amrit, sugar and water is placed in the baby's lips. You see that? Now, what they do here, they have mix of all the religion now. Okay? They have the prasad from the Hinduism. They have the baptisms kind of a ceremony where you are initiating the person into the religion. And then they have something Islamic here, which is sweet, being placed in the mouth of the baby. The newborn baby is chosen by hukum. Hukum means it's an Arabic word. What's hukum? Order. By order. From whom? They just randomly open the Granth, and any names that comes over there, that's the name they pick for the child. Okay, look here. The newborn baby is chosen from the hukam. The granthi randomly opens a page from the Guru Granth and recites the hymn on that page. The name is chosen by the first letter of the first word on that hymn. The first word, whatever they see, right? Whatever comes over there, like if they see it starts with K, oh, they'll say Kulvinder. And you'll be surprised. They name the same names for the women, for women and for men. Except how do they differentiate? Anybody? Oh, yeah, that's common sense. I think everybody knows that. Okay, mashallah. Very good. Okay, if you meet any Kulvinder, you ask them, are you a Singh or are you Kaur? If somebody calls me.
I sing, I know, but the other one is
Kaur. Kaur is for women. Kaur. Okay, this is the last part. What is an Anand Karaj? Anand Karaj is the Sikh marriage. Okay, the marriage is present during the Guru Granth Sahib always. It's just like, certain Muslims, they have during nikah, when the bride is going, they place the Quran in their head. Have you seen that? Anybody do any of these practices, which is not from the actual Islamic sources, but they do that. They keep the Quran on their head and anyway. So something like that, but here it's always present. The Guru Granth Sahib is present during the wedding. I think I don't need the thing, right? It's bothering me a lot. Huh? Do I need it?
if it is bothering.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'll just keep it here. Okay. So while reciting they have all these couplets that they, reciting the Lavan, the couple must walk around the Guru Granth Sahib 4 times. Now, 7 times the Hindus walk around the pyre. They burn the fire, which is, they do that yagna thing, the ritual that they do. They walk 7 times. Like the man, he's actually one part of his dress is tied to her, and then nowadays they hold hands, I think. And then they go around the 7 times. Now they copied this, but they reduced the numbers around their Granth Sahib, around their book, because in their Granth Sahib is kept in a very decorative manner. If you see it in the Gurudwara, you will come to know. That's where they do it. Or even at home, if they are doing it, they keep the book, the Guru Granth Sahib, and then they walk around it for when the marriage is conducted. Okay, the wedding ceremonies can be performed by any Sikh who has gone through the Amrit initiation. So any Sikh, there's no priest, there is no imam that comes and, it's just like Islam. In Islam too, we don't need an imam to perform a nikah. So similar. And Sikhs believe in monogamy. So that's why again they differ. That's where they differ again with Muslims. So the condition is you can marry only one. Okay?
Even if the father dies, you cannot marry up.
Look, the next one. Okay? Yes.
Just one thing, Sheikh, there's a couple of their gurus though. There's a lot of controversy. There's a debate amongst Sikhs that there's a couple of the gurus who did have more than one wife.
I'm telling you, I'm coming to that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. As brother said, I wanted to complete this and then come to the certain laws. Child marriage is forbidden. Child marriage. Now it's up to them, us, everybody to decide what is the age, what is child marriage. Many of these things have been instituted by kind of the government, So they put it, okay, the government prohibits to more than one wife. Okay, let's put it in our religious teaching. Okay, the government has prohibited child marriage. See, who defines what a child is? Today, 18 is below 18 you cannot marry in India. If you're 18 and below, you're not. Legally, you cannot. Of course, in the villages, nobody cares. They do whatever they want. Legally. 18-year-old is a child? So who defines? So according to them, child marriage is forbidden. Okay, now this, the last is, I think we covered 3 of the rites of passage. They call it rites of passage till you finish. So when the person dies, this is what happens. Death is considered as a natural process. Public display. Now from where did they copy that? No. No. This part, brother. This part. Public display of grief at a funeral are discouraged, and also worshipping of the dead. Okay? Like Hindus, when somebody dies, they kind of become God, right? When anybody dies, right? They have this concept. When somebody goes, then this is borrowed from the Chinese philosophy, right? Ancestor worship. You become a god, kind of, right? So when a Hindu die, they believe. How many of you know the Sufi concept of Wahdatul Wajud? How many of you know? You know the concept, right? What?
Basically, the real reality is Allah, and everything is
united in the end, right? So the Hindus believe the similar, but then you get, unless you're born again as any of the incarnation, then, so this is what, it'll come. Anyway. Cremation is what Sikhs prefer. It's not prefer, okay? I made a mistake. It's not prefer. That's what they do. It's not I prefer to be cremated. No. It's a must. Because Muslims bury, right? So they have to do everything opposite. So
Aren't the gurus buried?
The
gurus are buried.
No, it's not graveyard. Actually, they were. It's called samadhi. Once. Yeah, it's like you go to India, you'll see, Gandhi. Gandhi's the place where he was cremated. It's become like a big shrine. So people think it's something like that. Yeah. Brothers, I cannot say certain things over here because there are kids. Sikhs do many things. What is haram for us, they do opposite that. Okay? Even with respect to in marital relationships and everything. So please, and that's what they do. They emphasize that. So it is. So you, in conclusion, you will feel, what are they doing? They're teaching that the oneness of God, but they're copied from different, and then they say you have to be fighting against the Muslims. So that is overview. That's an overview of, it's kind of an overview of their deen. So, okay, before cremation, of course, any religion, any people from any religion, any background, that's what they do. They wash they clean and clothe the body and stuff like that. So, hymns are recited, and then they do what is ardas? Anybody knows what's ardas? Ardas is reflecting upon the teachings on the Guru Granth. Okay, that's what they do as a ritual, as a, and then they consider death is a natural. They consider death is a natural process. Public display is not allowed, and worshipping the dead, cremation, reading the whole. See, hymns are recited while being cremated, and then they read the whole Granth. Like what do you call? Some people over here they do this Quran. What do they? Yeah, they do that, right? So again, it's a ritual. So they do that, and in 10 days they try to complete it. That's what they do. On the 10th day, they conclude it. Anyway.
How big is it? How big is that?
It's having an exact number of hymns. I don't recollect right now, but I can.
They are not allowed to keep that in house or read it. Is that also something?
The main Guru Granth is in the Gurdwara. So some people have the copies of it. Nowadays they keep it. Before they are not allowed. Yeah, you're right. Yes.
What is the fundamental rivalry between Muslims and Sikhs? Like, what is the bone of contention? Like, they have nothing, like they have no Sharia. Why they are enemies of Muslims?
Forced conversions. They believed that Muslim Mughals were doing forced conversions. So they wanted to stop from people being forced to convert and forced to pay the jizya and forced anything. They didn't want the spread of Islam.
But the Sikhs ruled Punjab for 800 years. I mean, they were the rulers of Punjab. How can they say that they are being converted or they have been oppressed or anything because
At the time when the religion came, that is not the time when they were ruling. Check it out.
but later on they all
Later on, of course. After all, obviously, but then by then the religion became a religion. By the time the movement became a religion,
this is not a religion. We cannot call it a religion.
they call it a religion. There are many things like that. Can you call Ahmadis a religion? Same thing. Every era, somebody or the other comes with a claim. Somebody or the other comes with a claim, and they have been coming since, like for example, how many of you know the Ismaili movement? So how many of you know about the Burhanuddin Bohra Muslim movement? They all come. Everybody's coming with some reason or other. Everybody needs fame. Everybody needs to be out there, to be up there. So he comes with a book, saying borrowing. Because again, I said he was a student of Kabir. Kabir's parents were Muslims, but he became kind of, all over the place. He was nowhere. He was reading Bhagavad Gita. He was reading the Quran. He was doing everything. So Guru Nanak became his shishya, student, and then he copied certain things from there, and then he compiled, and then the compilation went on till the 10th Guru.
So that is the only difference that they think that we have been oppressing or we are trying to convert the Sikhs.
Yeah, you see, 100%. That is what it all began with. That was, initially Guru Nanak was not because of that. Guru Nanak, why he started it, because of the Hindus were oppressing the higher castes, were oppressing the lower castes. Muslims too were fighting against each other with castes, and which it was still there. Many converted to Islam. Even after conversion, they carried the baggage. I am Kshatriya, I am this, I am that. You know what I'm saying? So to eradicate that, he said, no, I'm coming with another common religion, one religion for all. He actually preached what Islam preaches. He brought the concept of every human being is equal, because we Muslims who came to India, they came as rulers. They never propagated the religion in the appropriate manner by saying every man is equal. What did the Mughals do? They of course they didn't take it out, but they took all the resources from the people. They built mansions and they were living lavishly. If they had concentrated on Dawah today, this would not be the state of Muslims in India. We would have been in majority.
Brother, a couple of Dawah questions. So, thanks for your presentation. The question is, does all the Sikhs follow the same scripture, or do they have different versions?
No, same scripture.
So the one that the original Guru made, that's non-existent?
No, it is existent, but they had additions, right? The other gurus added a lot of hymns. They have it like hymns, they keep on adding hymns.
So it all follows the same scripture?
Yes. Yes. The same Granth, yes.
Poetry of Kabir is also
Part of poetry is there, Bhagavad Gita is there, Quran is there. You will see yes, brother, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, two more questions. So during our street Dawah, I was a little baffled or confused, where one Sikh, he said that Gurdwara is higher than God. He created God. So he's saying that there's a higher being than God. I was completely confused.
No, the highest being is Vaheguru, the one and only that they believe, the God. It's not Gurdwara. How can a Gurdwara be? Gurdwara is a complex, it's a building.
And that's why maybe I misinterpreted, but he's saying there's a higher being than
No,
God. He's saying
there cannot be. God is,
created God.
no. God is final authority, it's Vaheguru. I think it should, final authorities, they call him by a couple of names, but the most common name they use is Ek Omkar, the one and only.
Kartar is
There are a lot of words. Kartar is there and many others, but then also they have something, they also call him Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Bollywood movies, anybody? Yeah. Once upon a time I used to watch a lot, right? So, they say Vaheguru, ye kya ho gaya? Correct or no?
Yeah.
That is the term. So simple.
Okay, and then my final one is, you mentioned they believe in life after death, incarnation and reincarnation?
No, they believe, life after death and incarnation, no. They believe they believe after death, reincarnation.
So like Hindus.
Like
After
Hindus.
you're born again as a child.
So,
like
so it's the same, okay, so they kind of mix up,
They believe in the cycle of reincarnation.
Again, just like Hindus, they
Same thing. That's copied. Again, believe this. This is borrowed from this concept is borrowed from Hinduism.
So everyone has in Hinduism, everyone has a different philosophy.
No, forget Hinduism is a different thing.
This same thing, so you were reborn, then die, reborn, die, the cycle goes on.
It's moksha. You attain moksha, salvation.
So how you get the salvation?
That we should ask Hindus. Tomorrow I die. I become a cockroach. How will, as a cockroach, I know what to do the right thing or not? Am I eating halal or am I eating, how will I know? You tell me. So this is the question. There are certain questions Hindus cannot answer. Similarly, certain questions Christians cannot answer. Right? Yes, sister.
Yeah, just a side note question. You know, with Guru Gobind Singh, he was the warrior guru.
He created the concept of Khalsa. Yeah.
Yes, so he was basically on the offensive when it came to the Muslim.
Correct. No, even previously Tej Bahadur also.
Yes.
Yes.
So my question would be regarding the Guru Granth, right? Which is, with such animosity towards Muslims and Islam, how did those elements of Islam escape being edited out of the Granth? Because there are 7 elements of their religion which are very much in line with Islam.
Correct, very true.
I'm just curious why these
Yes,
rules
because
did not eliminate
that's because they did not. That's because they also believed that the Quran. They also believed that the Quran was not the revelation, but was inspired by the Creator, right? And because Guru Nanak, the first Guru, the founder of Sikhism, began with the Granth Sahib, and he included in that. They had no nerve to remove any of that.
So unlike the Christians, they
Absolutely.
didn't take it upon themselves
No,
to
they-
remove, like,
they-
Apocrypha or whatever.
Yeah, editing and addition, and
okay.
they didn't do that. Yes.
So let's get into why we're here. So we are in Dawah, so
Alhamdulillah.
tell us.
Now I'm coming to
If
that.
someone come to you and
Coming to
ask
that.
you a question, like you ask him a question about divinity, and he say, yeah, our book is divine. How are you going? I don't know what's written in their book. How we are going to say that whether their book is divine or not?
Okay. We ask this question, right? Where was this inspired, or was his own poetry? Or was this written by Guru Nanak? Did somebody come and give it to him? Right?
Yeah.
The answer will be no. They say that this is our Guru. He got inspired by God. And then at that time you
So
say...
they know that.
Yes, they know that. And then you tell them, but that's why you need to always... There is a very small handbook of Sikhism. If you are doing Dawah to Sikhs, I would request all of you to have that. It's a very simple, understanding. I'll tell you why. Why you should have that. Because that book, will help you exactly what questions and how to. I will give it to you. I'll send it to you. So, for us, it's revelation. We know it was we know Jibreel alayhi salam, but according to them, then you tell them, see, this is in your Granth Sahib, but this is 1,000 years before it was in the Quran.
Because it's the...
Wait, this is Bhagavad Gita. This is, the Hindus claim it's millions of years. It is already there. So your Nanak copied it from here. Can you justify that he did not copy it from here? So proofs are there available to you. So at that time they don't have answer. And that time, see, then you go immediately, instead of elaborating or instead of stretching it, then you say, you see why we believe in the Quran. Yeah. Then you start with this immediately with Islam.
I mean, like once we get into
you immediately switch.
When we get into
because then
what is
going to happen? Then it goes to an element of argument. You don't want that, right? So when you're especially doing dawah.
Definitely. No. The way that bringing them to that discussion is easy, but
Easy.
like, I mean,
This is it, what I told you.
because the issue that when I ask people,
Yes.
like I always like to ask them that, do you believe there's a divine book
Yes.
brought by God
Yes.
to human, which is available for us today?
So you ask any Sikh, right? Where did you get
I
it
asked a
from?
Sikh and immediately he said, and I said, oh, I don't know.
This is what it is.
How to get
This is what it is. So it's not. It's not divine. They don't. They believe. A lot of Sikhs will tell you a lot of stuff, but what actually is the original, original idea? That's what it is.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes, sister.
But I had a co-worker that worked with me and she was Sikh and she told me that in 1984,
The killings.
original holy book was burned.
Yeah, but original holy book, what does it mean? It was kept in the Golden Temple. The Golden Temple was attacked because, the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, she was assassinated because she was the one who initiated this Blue Star operation, and because today, the Khalistan movement, right? So the same thing was happening there. Those days, there was some leaders called, very strong separatist leaders called Brindranwale, A.K. Longowal, and many others. So they were hiding there. So then they shot, they're like using machine guns and everything, into the temple. So they claim that in this attack, the original Guru Granth Sahib was destroyed. They claim. Original copy. But see, what is original? Original never remained original because every new guru has added stuff in it, right? So they claim yes and no, but it can be, I don't know how to say that, but it's true though. Every time they have added stuff in it. Yes, brother.
So
You got it clear, sister? Okay.
I will speak two parts to it. One, just connecting to what the gentleman was asking.
Yeah.
Even before I even thought about, this Dawah stuff, but this is a junior conversation with, a student, and his perception was, or his message to me, when I asked him, this religion is formed by all these little things taken from here, taken from there. So his response to me was, same thing with Islam, you take it from Judaism, you take it from, and you're completing you claim that Prophet Muhammad perfected the religion of all the Abrahamic religion. And he said, that's what the Guru, and I didn't know that they didn't consider him prophet or message directly, because that's not what he told me. His thing was that he's perfecting all the humanities and the inefficiencies that they had with caste system and all that.
I know, as I mentioned, yeah.
That was his thing that he brought up, but that's one part. And what I really want you to be able, I'm hoping that I can hear, I hope I can hear back before Aswad, you depart. Give us those 4 or 5 points, how to break that foundation.
No, I'll tell you what about.
You know, how do you break the conversation
Yeah.
the street Dawah?
Okay.
I'm actually afraid, I'm not.
Correct. No, let me tell you.
I like to approach,
You-
obvious Christians.
Absolutely.
I'm afraid of the Sikhs because I don't know how to answer.
No worries. Okay, brother. Let me tell you. You know what? For that, how many times have you read the translation of the Quran? No. I just want to. Sorry to be very straight here. How many times have you understood the Quran with translation? Okay. This is the problem. Our brothers who are da'is, claim to be dawah workers, da'i, first read your Quran one time. Second time, understand the Quran. Third time, remember what is there in the Quran. What happens here is that they say copy from the Bible, this and that. Yeah, you'll find names of prophets. You'll find incidents of prophet. Okay. But no two stories are the same. Take an example of Prophet Lot, Lut alayhi salam. Show what is in the Quran and show it in the Bible, and ask him which one will you ask your daughters to read?
Yusuf also.
Surah Al-Yusuf. Which one will you ask your daughters to read? And the way Allah has mentioned it in the Quran. Of course, for that you need Arabic knowledge, but translation too. I would I plead to my brothers here and sisters, read the Quran, understand the Quran first, so that all these questions of these people saying, oh, your prophet copied your this and that, show us. Yes, Allah revealed, but what was messed up in the other books by people, Allah has revealed it here. Tell me about you. You guys are copying from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is according to us, it's not a revelation. Right? So it doesn't make sense what they say. So when you know your Quran well, you will be able to answer them in the appropriate manner. You understand? Yes, brother. Yeah.
One of the questions that you should be asking. Yeah, you need some Dawah points, right? Some kind of.
What are the in what for Sikh? First is their core belief, right? Their core belief, oneness about oneness of God. No, oneness of God, right? They say, oh, God is one, but God is one, right? But why is so much reverence given to your gurus? Why do you go and bow in front of the Granth when you're supposed to be bowing in front of God? Okay, and now then you come to, okay, your Granth Sahib, whoever is giving Dawah in Brampton should have a copy of the Granth Sahib also. This is what I believe, so that you know exactly what is there in there. You will find so many things which won't make sense. So once you know exactly, oh, this is from the Bhagavad Gita, you can always say, oh, you have taken so many things from like their core belief, like God is one, there is no, God is one, He is eternal, He begets not, no beginning, no end, they have said. We believe that He is not born, He is not, so, and there is nothing comparable to Him. Exactly Surah Ikhlas. So you say 1500 years ago we had Surah Ikhlas, and now your book is having this. Obviously there are many, like you take books, Baha'i, Baha'i people from the Baha'i religion, they have taken so many, taken so many verses from the Quran, from the Bhagavad Gita, from here and there. So many, the Quran is the final revelation, right? So when you talk to them, you ask them a simple question. Okay, you say God is one, but you all believe in yes?
If he doesn't believe in the Quran being the last revelation, how do you respond?
They don't believe anyways. They don't believe. I was coming to that. They don't believe. First of all, they don't believe that Quran is a divine revelation. Okay? According to them, they believe. See, once I come to Hinduism, you will see the proofs of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Hinduism. Hindu books by name has mentioned him, his parents' names, and also Allah is mentioned, especially in Rig Veda by name. So there are so many things in their Vedas which we can prove that that the last coming, he's called the Kalki avatar, the final final sage who will come with his final revelation. It is clearly mentioned, right, in the Hindu scriptures. That is in the Vedas. Clearly mentioned in the Vedas, and you'll see in the presentation. So with Sikhism, it's not like that. It's not completely borrowed stuff from here and then. It's clearly there. Yes?
What are the other deviations, like, as you said, talk about oneness of God? So whatever they are being prohibited in their own Granth or whatever. So like, we see that so many Sikhs have this drinking and all.
No, you're right.
What are other, like, prohibitions which they are not following their own scripture, their own book?
Okay.
So, which we see explicitly in the society.
Correct.
So we can, say that, see whatever in your book, it says that this is prohibited, but you are doing it.
Yes.
What are the 3 or 4 things which we can pinpoint?
Okay.
Thing which you are doing?
No, it's true. Number one, alcohol is completely prohibited. Smoking, tobacco is completely, it's haram for them. Okay, similarly, it's haram. Actually, Muslims differ, but according to me, I can bring out the particular surahs will say it is haram for Muslims as well. But if you, the second thing is alcohol, then yes, adultery Adultery is completely no for them. Then they are only this is the later teachings. They're supposed to be vegetarians. Then later on they came out with this concept of, okay, we will oppose the Muslims. We have to oppose the Muslims, so we will eat what the Hindus cut. We will not eat what the Muslims, the way the Muslims cut. The zabiha, we do zabiha. They don't believe you have to have jatka. The people who, like, the Khalsa, the people, they are very strict about vegetarianism.
Eating meat is haram in their religion.
Eating meat is haram, actually.
Is it in the scripture or not?
It is in the scripture you're supposed to be vegetarian. But what they believe is, what they do now, they started eating, but they started opposing. We have to eat, but we'll eat only by the concept of jatka. So, and many things. As I said, there are children here. That's why I don't want to say there are certain things that they oppose, even with in marital relations. Certain things are prohibited for us in Islam. They would profess those. For them it is like they emphasize in following. It's like, as I said, it's like a rebellion. It's like a later on the additions that came into the religion is like a rebellious attitudes because of this thing against the Mughals. Especially the last guru, especially the second last Tej Bahadur and what's his name, Guru Gobind Singh, with regards to against Shah Jahan and then his son Aurangzeb. So during that period, they became more and more militant. That's how the Khalsa movement came. The 5, all that stuff. Yes, brother.
So should we go to Hinduism now?
No, we are going after
break.
After Asr.
Just a quick question. I know we have to pray.
Yes, sister.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Regarding the revelation in connection with what the brother was asking earlier on, just to clarify, with us, with the Quran, we believe it's a revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is unchanged, as opposed to the Judeo-Christian scriptures, which we can prove that it has been altered,
yes,
has been edited, etc.
Yes.
So my question would be with the Sikh Granth, like, when you say it's had things added to it, right? So these things that were added, were they added by each of the 10 gurus as they did it evolve with each of the 10 gurus? And then if it was, then we could say, well, you're saying it's God inspired, right? However, could we not say that? Okay, I'll let you answer that.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. But the thing is, we believe Quran is the revelation, and it's not changed. What with regards to Granth Sahib, Guru Nanak came out with certain hymns and writings, right? He compiled. Later on, as the gurus came, they went on adding certain hymns. They call it as, actually, Guru Granth is nothing but they are hymns, right? So they went on adding to it. And every addition they believed it's an inspiration. So whatever has been added is an inspired work of, it's none of it. See, the thing is, because many of the things have been added by the later gurus, so it is not a revelation, because not everybody receive. Even if Guru Nanak claimed to receive a revelation, then the revelation after stopping, why are you adding, right?
So can we say we can look for contradictions between what the first gurus did or said versus the last guru? And if we say that, would they say, no, that was abrogated?
No, that's, okay. The things that have been said initially are not the same. They're different matters, different. That's why you need to have a copy. I forgot to bring mine. I would have shown you that, it's like it's just like, it's not like the Bible, it's not like the Quran, it's just hymns.
But that refutes the divinity, right?
Sorry?
That refutes the mere fact of divinity. It can be divine in a strange amount of time.
We say that, right? We know, and it give us the yaqeen that it is not divine. But unfortunately, that's not what it's just like any other new propped up religion. Yes, brother?
Sorry, so just to be clear, in Sikhism theology, they believe that it is divine, the Granth Sahib?
They believe the Granth Sahib is the final guru, keeps giving them inspiration and all that. They believe that divinely inspired.